Okay, now we have another beautiful story of a young couple. Okay. We're going to have Zakota join us and he's going to share his relationship story. Welcome, Zakota.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Francisco.
Thank you. Please share your story.
Thank you. Yes. So, my partner and I have been living together for 2 years now. And as you all know, most of that time has been during the pandemic. And in Toronto, we've had a pretty serious lockdown. So, what that means is that it's two people who live together 24/7 and we mostly see each other. So, with almost any relationship, difficulties can come up. And she and I have, had our struggles. We've had places where we don't see eye to eye. We've had our disagreements, and we've worked on it. But over the years, like what we did wasn't enough. Like whatever we did was not quite enough to fully work on it. So we'd still have disagreements. We'd have spats. We'd have arguments. We would irritate each other. All the things that can happen to a couple, especially living together for a long time. And we both took the Wellness Boost together this past July, so just last month. And it was phenomenal. We focused on our relationship in it, and I could notice right away, almost like the first day, began to see a change in our ways of interacting and relating to each other. The real great theme of it was understanding and also harmony. So now, after we've completed it, there is a lot less friction between us. Things are so much easier. Like I would say 80% more of the time, things are so much more fluid and smooth. Things that used to bother us with each other, little things we might do that would upset the other, now aren't affecting us in the same way. It doesn't affect me, certainly, in the same way. And if we do have disagreements, we did have one, the other morning, but the difference now is it didn't become a full-blown argument. We both didn't get hurt and then get angry and then, go at each other and get, very upset and have little solution after all of this, frustration and this, big explosive, time has happened. But that was before. Now, what we're experiencing is even if one of us is triggered by something the other person does or says, I'm finding that there's a lot more space in the relationship, and the other person is able to hold that space for each other. And instead of getting, triggered and hurt and, angry back at the other person, we're able to more just listen through the pain, through the suffering, through the emotions that are coming up, and listen for what the other person is actually trying to communicate to us and what difference they're trying to make. Because we found at the root of most of our disagreements is that each one of us wants something to be different. And we realized that we can get the difference made without having the anger involved. It's like the anger, we're now separating it. The anger doesn't have to be a tool that we use to get the difference made. When we looked at it, we both talked it together, we talked it out, and we found that what are we really looking for? When we get angry with each other, what do we really want? We don't want the anger. We don't want the disagreement. We don't want the heartache, or the frustration or the resentment in our relationship. What we truly want is harmony with each other. And what we want in those moments of anger and upset is to have a difference made, for something to be different. And so instead of listening through the anger and the pain, we now get to listen to each other from a place of, oh, okay, there's hurt here in the other person. What do they really want? And the person who is, in a more peaceful state, we get to draw that out of the other one through questions saying, what do you want to have changed and have different in our relationship? And then how can I make the change? And that releases all of the need or the need that we feel. There's no need, but any need that we feel to be angry toward the other person, because we're just about getting the results. So by doing the Wellness Boost, it's like Francisco was talking about the field of a relationship earlier. And I felt like in our relationship together, there was a lot of anger and a lot of frustration. Even though we love each other, there's a lot of stuff that's just built up. And we could, before this, we could say something and it would just set it off like a match, and we would go into that old state of being. And now I don't feel like that short of a fuse. I feel like there's so much more room, and the anger doesn't come up as easily. It's like most of it has dissolved, and we can actually listen to each other, hear each other out, and hold each other in a compassionate space, because that heaviness, that density is no longer in our relationship. And I'm very clear that what did the work to clear it out was doing the daily practice with the Wellness Boost. Every morning, waking up and having that to go to, where we may not be normally motivated, to work on it by ourselves without the support of the Wellness Boost calls. We may say, oh, I'll do it later, I'll get to it, but we didn't do it enough. That was the thing. So having this support system every day to go to, that it was just there, and we would wake up and start our day that way, our days became so much more harmonious. Things flowed easier, and I feel a lot more love and care and compassion between us. So it's really helped to transform, the energy in the relationship with us, and to bring us greater peace, harmony, and unity together, which is what we're both committed to at the end of the day. Is we want that. We want the love, the peace, and the harmony and the joy in our relationship. So I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to shift it using the tools and the resources of the Wellness Boost.
Great. Zakota, can you also share, you lead a Love, Peace, Harmony along with other of our teacher assistants here in Toronto. Can you share a little bit about the Love, Peace, Harmony? That's also very powerful for healing relationships.
Sure, I would love to, yes. So I have been a Love, Peace, Harmony ambassador for, I think, since 2019 now. And there are a number of us in the Greater Toronto area, and some of us lead every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time here on the Master Sha Tao Healing Center Toronto Facebook page. We lead a Love, Peace, Harmony meditation and practice with the Love, Peace, Harmony music and the Love, Peace, Harmony field. And it's an introduction for about 15-20 minutes, and you get to experience the Love, Peace, Harmony field for a different aspect of life that we set an intention for. We sing the soul song of love, peace, and harmony, which has the power to bring greater love, peace, and harmony to our own hearts and souls, to our relationships, and all aspects of our lives. So I love it as a resource for my own relationship and my own personal experience. And I invite you to come check it out and join us every Monday at 11 to experience it for yourself.
Thank you, Zakota, and thank you for sharing your transformation on relationships. Thank you very much.